Okay, hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm going to go over the agenda for Wednesday, June the 5th, 2024. It looks like we have a BOCC agenda and a fire agenda. Mr. Stoltz, take it away.
Nicole's here. Let's talk about what's going to be county announcement, and then we'll get into the meeting.
Good morning, everyone. Before we start county announcements, I do want to do a quick reminder. For those of you that aren't paying attention, Riverfest starts today. We will have commissioners at the food court ribbon cutting at 11:45. And then also Sedgwick County will be participating in the sundown parade at 6:30 on June 4th coming up. That'll be Tuesday. We are having our budget roundtable at Campus High School. So if you want to encourage your friends and families to come, we would love to be able to have the feedback. All right, for county announcements, June 1st through 9th is fishing and boating week. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. June 8th, we are holding a household hazardous waste at Textron Beechcraft, the one out on East Central. And then for county good news, I'm going to do an update for Public Works on the Hayesville Drainage Project and also the Zoo Boulevard Bridge. That's all I have.
Thanks, Nicole. On the agenda, item B is a little bit of any employee that retires from Sedgwick County may choose to come to the commission meeting. And we have such a request on Wednesday. So you have a retirement of somebody I think you all know. So we will recognize her at that under that item. Under new business, Sherry Utash is going to be here. We've done this for the last couple of years. It's the signing day and WSU Tech Update. She brings some students along. It's always a good celebration. Items D and E are the planning department's items. I think you've been briefed on both. Item D is a conditional use request for an event center in District 2 around the 95th and Broadway area. And then item E is a amendment to the zoning code, which I think Scott has briefed you on both of those items. Rusty, item F is going to stay, right? The grant from KDOC for almost $700,000 for juvenile detention center behavioral health services.
Yes, and Steve briefed all commissioners on that.
Very good.
Steve and Mario did.
And then item G, Tim, with this, we had thought about moving this to consent. It's on new business. It's a small grant for mosquito health.
If you're getting concerned, otherwise it's routine business. We're changing. We used to contract with somebody at WSU to do the mosquito collection. We need to add a seasonal position to do that collection. We do it through the summer for KDHE and then provide them the data and they send it back to us. So if you're okay with it being on consent.
I'm good with that on consent. Do you want to keep on new business to talk about it? Or?
Okay, we'll move it to consent. Item H will take some time. That's Lindsay will present. I think you've been briefed on this as well, but this is important for the public to hear what our American Rescue spending plan update will be. So she'll go into some detail there for the public. Item I is the capital improvement program amendment for EMS post 1. I think you've all been briefed on that as well for the acquisition of some land and to move that project forward. And then Board of Bids and Contracts is item J. Under consent, items K and L are vacation request. One, K is for a portion of a drainage easement and floodway reserve agreement. So that Spirit wants to build a building down there. I think that was the reason for that vacation. And then item L is to vacate a portion of a platted pipeline easement. Is there any question on that? Scott is here and can get into some detail on that if there's questions from commissioners. Item M is item M is an amendment to the protective overlay to allow a billboard on a property zone GC in District 1. And that's in your backup materials as well. If there's any questions on that, again, I think Scott's here. Item N will stay on consent, but I will mention this when I give you the consent agenda. It is the setting of the hearing date for the post-annexation hearing for Derby, and that is slated for July 17th. So I will say that out loud, even though it's on consent agenda, since it's announced, we'll have a public meeting. O and P are both rental agreements for the Coleman parking lot. Item O is for Steckline Communications. And then item P is a discussion we've been talking with the Wave and some of their management for several months on this. Is they're running what's called a Midtopia event down there. It's a music festival right across from the Wave, and they need that space for additional stages and such. Item Q are reclasses. One is for EMS to change a logistics technician to a biomedical technician. Fiscal note on that of a little over 4,000. And then a aging classification change from an admin support 1 to an admin support 3 with a total fiscal note on that of about $1,700. So those are two reclasses that we will run through consent as well. And that was all for the regular agenda. Rest is routine business on the agenda. And we, as Chairman mentioned, we do have a fire agenda. It's a brush truck acquisition and on boards and bids.
Can we go back to item N for just a moment? I don't know if I know which property this is. Can we, does someone have the area we're talking about?
And Commissioner Howe, I'm looking right now. I'm trying to recall which specific properties item N.
I'm not sure that it matters. This is all districts. You want to change that to District 5?
It is a post annexate. We're setting the hearing for the post annexation review of the services plan. If it's okay, Commissioner, I might be better if I send you an email. I'm trying to look
I'll
right
just
now.
pass this over to you, Commissioner. Here's the page.
Okay.
From them.
Well, since it's Derby, I guess I want to be tuned in on this one. And have we done this on consent in the past, or have we done this as regular business?
In terms of setting the hearing, I can't remember for certain, Commissioner. I know that obviously the hearings happen on new business. But I think we may have done it both ways before.
I would prefer this to be on new business.
We
Because
can
that's
do
the
that.
date.
We can certainly do that.
It just take a
I
second.
want to make sure people
Yeah.
get informed. And again, if it's not clear, then they may miss their opportunity. So this is a chance to make sure people are aware of their opportunity. And
Right.
And I would add also that there is a notice sent out to all the property owners who are subject to this as part of this process. So there, in addition to any notice that's set on the agenda, they get individualized notice through mail as well.
That is what the consent item allows, is the movement forward with those mail outs. But I do agree, it's probably better business to do it on new business. It'll take 30 seconds to present. We'll be done, but at least it's out.
I don't expect it will be controversial. I just think that in the light of keeping sure the public is aware of their opportunities to speak to issues.
Hmm.
I think new business is better for that. Please.
Can do. Yep.
Thank you.
As well, sir.
Executive sessions, nothing?
There will be one on the Board of County Commissioners agenda, Chairman.
Anything else? Anybody got anything to add? I think we're good. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank
See you Monday.